welcome to the Hallmarkies podcast. We are so excited to be here today with another interview. And I'm film critic Rachel Wagner, and Anne is here.
Hey, everybody.
Yes, and we are so excited to have Stephen Huszar here today. We loved having him on last year. We're so excited to have him on this year. And Stephen, thank you so much for coming on the podcast.
Oh, thank you. You're so kind. I love being on your podcast. Thanks for inviting me back. Appreciate it.
We were saying last year Kevin McGarry was the king of Christmas, but we think maybe this year you are the king of Christmas.
Really?
Yes.
Are we betting who's going to be the king? Okay.
Well, so many movies coming out. It's very exciting.
I do. Kevin and I have actually done a movie before.
Oh, there you go.
At Homecoming for the Holiday, actually. It was a Christmas movie. Of course. So we met a couple of years ago. So yeah, it's really good. It's really nice to see him doing so well.
Yeah, we love him and we love talking with you.
All right.
So what we've been doing these last few months with our guests is asking how you handled this whole quarantine experience, and did you do any quarantine baking? I remembered last time you talked about this Saskatoon pie, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right.
Have you been making any up there?
You're right. And you make well, I certainly I'm not a big baker myself, but my mother is an amazing pie maker. So I actually was lucky. I could quarantine. I went back to Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. I think that's where the pies we were talking about last time come from. At least, well, the berries do, but also the pies, because my mom's a big pie maker there. But certainly I was there for almost 2.5 months or so before they lifted the phase sort of lifted in Toronto, and I came back to shoot a movie up north. But while I was there in Saskatoon, yes, lots of pie eating, as a matter of fact. Not so much baking on my part. But I did definitely pack on a little bit of pounds, especially because there's no gyms open, of course, or anything. Yeah. So you kind of had to figure out how to stay in shape. So yeah, it was challenging.
It doesn't count in 2020. It's it's like the freshman 10. Right. It's like the quarantine end of the world 20.
Yes.
Well put.
Yeah, I think so.
Yes, yeah, it's true. It's true. But things are. I mean, I think things are definitely on the up and up now. People are looking more positively at it. It was so scary back then. We really didn't know what was going to happen, but at least we're okay. We kind of know what's happening. So,
well, when you don't know if you're going to have toilet paper, that's a scary place.
Yep.
Yes, that is.
That is not a good thing. No, exactly.
Yeah,
that was a very scary thing to know. It was funny because my mom was so cute. Because again, I was at home in Saskatoon, and she was like, "No, I don't think we should get too much. I think we'll be all right." So she was definitely she was doing the right thing for everyone. She wasn't hoarding it.
Yes.
Well,
yes.
I think we need a Hallmark movie in Saskatoon. Saskatoon Christmas.
Yeah,
that would be pretty cool, huh?
With making
you guys say it so well. Yes, it's true. Pie making.
It's hard to say.
Saskatoon. You guys say it quite well. A lot of my American friends really just can't get it. So I just, I tell them I'm from Canada.
It's my proudest moment. I've been covering Hallmark for 3 years. I feel like I'm a honorary Canadian.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, there's a lot shot up here.
I can even say
I wonder
Saskatoon.
how many movies are actually shot. Yes, it's true. It's true. You are one of the few.
Wait until I start saying sorry, and then people know I've completely
then
converted.
you'll be a true Canadian. Yeah, for sure.
Well, that's great. We're glad that you had a good experience, that we're all hopefully heading out of it, hopefully, cross fingers.
Yeah.
It was definitely something different. That's for sure.
Well, I would say the positiveness is that I actually spent a good 2.5 months with my family, and I haven't spent that much time with them since I basically graduated from university and I was out of the home. So it was, I take that as a real blessing as well. And there's always a silver lining in everything, I think. And that was one thing that I got to spend with my family, which was great. And of course, since then I've been traveling a lot and working. So that was just something I really cherish.
Great. That's awesome.
Oh yeah, that's amazing. Yeah. before we dive into the Christmas movies, we just wanted to talk a little bit about Ruby Herring, since we did get one in this year, which we were excited about.
Yeah.
And we talked to Taylor, and we know that in the movie you guys had like a little like golfing kind of scene, and we know that she's big into the golfing. And are you a good golfer? Do you have experience with that?
Okay, well, first of all, Taylor's an awesome golfer.
Yes, it's on her Instagram.
Yeah, no, for sure. I certainly don't have golf on my Instagram for good reasons. But I went through a streak where I was golfing a lot, almost every day. So I sort of had a bit of a base, but I literally haven't golfed in years. So it worked for the scene because her character was actually teaching my character how to golf. Because I was pretty rusty. So it actually was just so natural the way it. And
yeah, that's what I was thinking. Since I knew she was, I was like, this is like real life, because I know she's like really, into this. And so I don't know about you, but
yeah,
I
love the game. It's a great game. I just, it's just the last few years, just really working to my schedule kind of thing. But I got excited about it again. And I certainly hope maybe we'll have a little golfing in the next show. We'll see what happens.
Well, I mean, it's a good sport.
I'm sure Taylor would want it again.
It's a good sport for 2020.
Yes, distance.
It certainly is. That's a really good point. Yeah. Probably the safest sport for 2020, right? Absolutely.
Yeah.
That and cross-country skiing by yourself, of course. Yeah.
Yeah. Are you guys going to be filming any more, do you know, soon? Ruby Herrings?
I know we're not shooting this year. We weren't sure if we're going to shoot this year or not. So I guess sometime next year is what we're hoping for, but we'll always see. The network's always got plans, and we don't necessarily hear too much in advance what their decisions are, because they're juggling so much right now.
Oh yeah.
So, but hopefully the new year we'll hear.
Great.
Yeah, we hope so. That would be fun.
Oh yeah. Looking forward to it.
So yes, you have 3 Christmas movies releasing in the US this year.
Yeah.
So that's pretty exciting.
It is kind of cool. Yeah, I did. Thanks for reminding me. I thought last year it was the Christmas year for me. I guess it actually ended up being this year too.
Yeah. Are you happy that you're the king of Christmas?
I love Christmas so much. It's a very for me, it's always been one of the best times of the year. It just feels great, mostly because I'm with family. I love my family so much, and my friends back in the town I grew up. So it's just a really nice time that I can always count on to be there. And then it brings us all together, and that's really what it's about. Catching up, and this, I'm there for I usually get to spend a few weeks there, which is really, really nice. So I don't mind being associated with the holidays. Yeah, I think it works out too, because then I can actually watch some of my shows with my family, because I'm not usually around. And if it's this year, I think they're in December. A couple of them are in December, so I may be home by then. We'll see. So
yeah, that must be a fun experience to just all geek out together over your movies.
Yeah. Well, I just love popcorn. Like, I can eat probably like 3 extra large bags myself. So that's really the reason I watch movies. Yeah. It's my excuse to go for the popcorn. Yeah. Yeah. It's super fun. My mom's pretty loves the movies a lot. And I guess it kind of works out now, since we're not currently going to the theaters that much, unfortunately. So you have to revert to the telly more than ever.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the first one you have coming up is one I think that played in Canada last year. So now it's in the US here this year, is Mistletoe Magic on Up TV.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And so this movie, you're with Jessica Sipos in the film.
Yeah.
And
Jessica Sipos. Yes.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about this one?
Sure. Oh, you're really jogging my memory here. It's been a while. But, no, we had lots of fun shooting this. It's basically a show about 2 old friends that come together and solve a sort of a Christmas mystery, a mystery of a missing mistletoe. And it's a very special mistletoe to Jessica's character's sister. It was a present that she holds very dearly, and it means so much to her. And I'm just the guy in the small town that just happened to be available to help out. And it's kind of fun because we don't initially recognize each other off the hop, because we hadn't seen each other for many, many years, since elementary school, as a matter of fact. You know how much people change. So it was kind of fun to play that up a little bit. And then her character, she starts to recognize me. Of course, I knew her because she was the hot one in elementary school, and every guy was goo over her, kind of thing. But I wasn't so much. I was a little more awkward growing up. So yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah. So it was a fun little show. Yeah, it was a little adventure, actually, we went on, and of course tied in with Christmas and all that fun stuff.
Well, and I'm intrigued by the magic, mistletoe magic. So yeah,
the magic of the mistletoe.
Falling in love all over the place with this mistletoe.
Yeah. There's a little bit of that going on. I don't want to give away too much, though.
Yeah.
Just, you gotta watch the show to find out what the magic's all about.
Well,
that's right.
Jessica is one of our favorite parts of Chesapeake Shores this last season. So we're excited to see her in this. And so that should be fun. And it's nice that you're both really tall.
Yeah, you're right. She is tall. Yes,
that's
absolutely.
Right,
yeah, no apple boxes. Not like to put her on to get us my height, for sure. No, it was good. It was my first time working with her, and it was great. We hit it off right away. She's such an amazing human. So we had a really good time shooting that. And I look forward to see what the American audience thinks.
Yeah, it should be fun. Well, so then you have, for Hallmark, you have Time for Us to Come Home for Christmas. And this is our third in the time series. We kind of joke that what pronoun is going to be next. We've had me and you and us. And so we got to have them, and time for them to come home.
using the same name. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's great. Yeah, I mean, it's funny because on our call sheets, because that's probably the longest name I've ever heard for a movie. Yeah. It actually wraps the sentence, in an email. So we just have the first letter of each word is really what we get on the call sheets. It's just so long to write. Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah. You're in they. It's just you're in the they movie.
Yeah, exactly.
Very good. Well, so this thing, so Lacey Chabert ended up being in this movie with you, and she was already up there quarantining anyway for the Christmas Waltz, I believe. It's her movie.
Yeah, that's right.
Is that right? And then she ended up doing this.
Then she did this, and she's actually now jumping onto her Crossword Mysteries. Just post this as well. She just started. Yeah, so she's a busy gal. So she's been talk about Canadian. She's going to spend as much time in Canada this year as the US, pretty much.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. She's shooting a lot.
When you quarantine Lacey Chabert, you get it done.
Absolutely. She's doing it right. Yeah. I know the network certainly jumped on the opportunity of her being in Canada, that's for sure. Yeah, but she's got a really nice spot there in Vancouver, and I think the family's really moved in nicely there. So that's they're enjoying their time, I think, as much as they can, of course. Yeah,
that's good. So, how did you end up becoming involved? Was it kind of last minute as well, or was it before her, or how did it all work?
I knew already she was involved in the project when the offer came in for me. I can't remember honestly how much before that. I think it was almost a month or so kind of thing beforehand, but it was certainly exciting to get the news that I'll be working with her, and I've always wanted to. I know we were kind of toying with a movie last year that we were going to work together, but just timing wise it didn't work out. So this was great, and it was awesome working with her. She's, what's amazing is that she's had such a great career. She started acting when she was, I think, 4 on Broadway. I mean, it's, she started on stage and did so much television, of course, and Party of Five, and then Mean Girls. I mean, just, it's really endless, her credits and how much success she's had. And working with her is just like working with an actor who just appreciates the art so much. You'd never guess that she's had that much experience behind it because she just loves it so much. She loves coming to work. It's always fresh. It's always exciting for her. And it's just so nice to have a co-star like that really sets that example, and I certainly have a much shorter career than she has. I started acting much later in my life than she, and it's just wonderful to see that she's got the spark and she just loves it so much, and it's just wonderful to see. Yeah.
Well, that's great. That's what we like to hear about our queens of Hallmark.
Yes.
Exactly. Yeah. She's certainly I call her the princess, so Hallmark, she likes that.
Well, why don't you tell us a little bit about the film and your role in it?
Yeah, sure. Well, I am an ex-finance guy, an ex-Wall Street guy who has a bit of a midlife crisis and ends up buying an inn. Yeah. We're not really sure why he buys in. I don't know if he's quite sure, but I mean, the part of the reason is that his family enjoyed a lot of time there when he grew up, and I think it's just something he wanted to hold on to, I guess, in his crazy life. That with loss sort of comes, if you can hold on to something material that's secure, that was, I guess that's how he justifies it in some way, and that it was a good investment, quote unquote, being an investor guy. So anyway, he had done that, and then he meets Lacey's character fairly early in the film because she's there spending her holidays. He had a gift gifted to her. So we start our interesting little adventure together because not only is a film about a Christmas story, an inspiring story, but also there's a bit of a mystery involved in this one, trying to find out who the secret Santa is in my inn. So no, and I have no idea either. Of course, I'm just the owner.
Well, that should be fun for you because didn't you kind of have you were in finance and business for a while, and then
how do you know everything about me? This is crazy.
Rachel has a great memory.
Oh my gosh, that's like, you are sharp. Exactly. No, I certainly was. Yeah, I'm a commerce, a business grad, and I was in finance and consulting for almost 3 years. Before I decided to switch over to the arts. Yeah. So exactly. So it was nice. It was a character I could certainly connect to. In some ways, it's kind of what happened to me. You kind of have a quarter life crisis, and you decide to go in opposite direction or a different direction, anyways, and follow your heart, which very much my character Ben did. Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's why I was saying you need to have a Hallmark movie made about your life.
Yes.
Because you left the bad business, left the bad for Saskatoon, and I mean, come on.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I guess it somewhat fits the story that could be told. So I'll think about that a bit more. Maybe next time we talk, we'll be in development.
Executive producer.
Yeah, exactly. You'll definitely get a credit.
Yes, my dream.
Yes, inspired by this phone call.
Doesn't this inn have like kind of a sort of not magical, but isn't it like the couples end up staying there or something like that? I remember the summary.
Yeah, I mean, there's it's just interesting how people come together. I guess I was saying there's a mystery. It's actually on the Hallmark Movies and Mystery channel. I guess part of the reason because Lacey and I both have a movie series on it, the Crosswords, as well as Ruby Herring. So I think a lot of our audience is going to be there anyways. But there's something strange because people have they had these invites to come, but they all thought they came from somebody. For example, Lacey's character thought it came from her firm, but she realized after it didn't. It was someone else. And then we find out actually many people that are staying at the inn received these invites from the same anonymous person. So that this is really the mystery that we're unfolding throughout the movie.
That's right.
Who sent these invites?
In our preview show, we were joking that it's like Hallmark's version of Clue.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. No, certainly.
Like Christmas. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. No, it was that's a really good way to put it, actually. Yeah.
Yes, that makes me more excited.
Yeah, and this is great. Yeah, Hallmark's version of Clue. No, we'll go with that.
That'll be really good. I'm excited to see it.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a good movie. I think it's everyone, especially, everyone's, it's a little different attitude, since there's things like that. But people really are working hard, and they're really putting their all in. So a lot of people, that was the first time back from filming for half a year at least, or even more. So it was just, people were really giving it their all. It was wonderful to shoot. I think we came up with something pretty special.
Well, what was that like shooting in COVID with all the restrictions and everything like that?
Yeah, it's very strange. Now I'll tell you this. I've actually shot. That was my third movie since COVID. I shot one in June, and then again in August, and then this one in
June.
Just last month. Yeah, we started really early. It was actually, I think it was one of the first movies back end of June, but it was northern Ontario, which is quite far north, out of the city centers. So they actually lifted the ban on that earlier, and so there was a film. I actually got the call while the restrictions are still down and saying, look, as soon as that's lifted, here's a movie offer for this. So it was one of the first ones. Yeah. So I got to experience it, I think, ahead of the game a little bit. And I was going to say, the most interesting thing is, since everyone's wearing a mask all the time, you don't really get to know what people look like. And you don't realize how much of the face is covered and what you do, what your imagination does is how you actually put this face together underneath the mask. And I literally, I was picturing people looking a lot different than they actually did when, there's be times when we're eating lunch or something and someone's taking off their mask. I'm like, oh my gosh, who are you? Or, oh my gosh, who are you? It's like, it's just interesting, or what our imagination does. That was the most fascinating thing, I think, for me. Of course, there's just, practically wise, there's just a lot more that we're doing to, protect ourselves, and which is awesome. No one's been sick on any of the sets I've been on, which is kind of an anomaly. Normally people are a little sick and it spreads pretty quick on sets. So I think these precautions are just generally helping the health of sets, which is a good thing, so yeah. And there's someone who is there all the time, making sure that those protocols are being met, which is awesome. And just, ensuring that everything goes smoothly. So there's definitely extra people involved, but it's certainly worth it. And we're just obviously so grateful that the film community is thriving again, and we're getting going. So, yeah.
So you felt safe there filming?
Yeah, certainly. Yeah, I felt safe on all the shows we did this year. So yeah, definitely. Yeah, and especially since this was my third one, it was, and some people's their first. So I was quite used to it. Whereas I guess it could be daunting, coming back for so long, right, not filming and then having to deal with all this. But people are good. They're being good sports and just following the rules. And I think if we just do that together, we'll succeed.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah. That's what we like to hear. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So the last new movie you have coming out is Christmas in the Rockies. Is that right?
Yeah, that is correct. You guys are so good.
And is that one made by the Inspiration Channel or INS?
No. Well, yeah, the Inspiration Channel. It's a studio behind it. It's a network behind it. Yes. But that was the one I was just speaking about that I shot back in late June. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was the one I shot in Northern Ontario. Beautiful location. I mean, not in the Rockies, but we made it look like the Rockies for sure. So.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So tell us.
I definitely made it look Christmassy. So yeah.
Oh, of course. Yeah. I bet it was pretty because it's remote, so it's probably really, really beautiful.
Yeah, it really is. It's I love honestly shooting in more remote locations, especially now during this time. It's just safer, but it's just nice to get out of the city and kind of like a holiday, because normally we just stay up where that is, and sometimes you're in a cabin on the water, sometimes you're in a hotel. It depends on luck luck of the draw, but it was just during beautiful lake season. So luckily I had some friends with cabins up there. So on the weekends I would just stay up there, which is really nice. And
that's nice.
Do some fishing and swimming and boating. Yeah, it was a really nice experience. And I guess I had maybe a bit too much of a tan for a winter movie, but I guess we'll see. We'll see how the makeup turned out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So tell us about that one, the storyline and your role in that Christmas in the Rockies.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I was a paramedic on the show, and I was called to an accident at this lumber yard, and this is where I first meet the lead of the movie, played by the amazing Kimberly Murray. And Kimberly Sue Murray. Sorry, I said C. Murray. Hopefully she's not listening because she'll beat me down right now. Anyways, so we meet on at this location. Her father actually was the one that got injured, and and I'm sort of new to town. I just came from a bigger city, from New York, and they transferred me out there, and we start to I guess I start to integrate a little bit into this new world of being in the woods versus the big city. I'm kind of a fish out of water, kind of doing my thing on the streets of New York versus now I'm in the woods. And so there's lumberjack competitions going on and all these fun things. So I start to dip my feet in that and start to try these things out, which is just a lot of fun. I mean, we had the most amazing time throwing axes and cutting wood and
I was gonna say Hallmarkies love wood chopping scenes, so we're gonna get wood chopping scene.
You certainly are. Yeah, you certainly are.
Good.
Yeah,
we always love those.
Wood. Yeah, lots of wood chopping for sure. Yeah.
Good.
It was lots of fun.
Winner.
I mean, yeah, I think it would be nice. Yeah, I mean, this is it'll be in the Inspirational Network in the U.S., so I'm hoping they'll enjoy it down there. So I don't know when it's going to be aired up here, but I always hear last, so we'll see. Yeah,
well,
but it'll be fun. Yeah.
Well, we'll have to figure that out and make sure that we let all of our listeners know, because that sounds fun. And
Please
I can
do.
use it.
Yes, we had a lot of
fake Utah. We don't get fake Utah very often. Fake Rockies.
Fake Utah.
Or Colorado.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
That's good.
Yeah, no, it's beautifully filmed. I think people will really love it, and lots of fun, just lots of action and stuff in there. So it's gonna be fun movie.
Great. Well, we have some fun questions to ask you. And last year we asked you the holiday version. So this year, even though it's Christmas time, we are going to ask you the normal one.
All right. That's perfect. Why not, right?
Yeah, there we go. All right. What is the best ice cream flavor in your opinion?
I love a nice cherry flavor ice cream.
That's yeah.
I'm a berry boy, remember? Yeah. Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, very good. Okay. What is your favorite color?
Blue.
Oh, good. Okay.
Love the sky.
What music are you into right now?
I'm into kind of alternative rock kind of music right now. Kind of going through this phase. Yeah, and then a little bit of older rock like Pearl Jam, or even a little heavy metal, Metallica sometimes. Yeah, it's kind of strange. Maybe throw a Led Zeppelin in there, depending on my mood.
There you go. That sounds good to me. Yeah, I was gonna say, what do you consider alternative rock?
Yeah, well, I was gonna say Pearl Jam is kind of Soundgarden, those guys back in the day. Okay. So yeah, I guess they used to be a term. I don't even know if it is anymore.
I'm not ready to accept Pearl Jam as old rock.
As old rock. Let's just say alternative. Yeah, for sure. Grunge.
You make me feel very old. All right. Well, back when we used to be able to go on dates, what is your go-to date night food?
I just, my go-to date night food. Let's see here. Well, I try to pretend I'm a vegan and vegetarian, but I often say I'm a vegan who eats meat sometimes, so I can't really say I'm a vegan. Kind of running joke on set. But I do like to eat clean, and it's kind of fun to just explore new restaurants that are popping up, and there's a lot of great options here in Toronto for that kind of food. So, I kind of like that. when I can find a new restaurant that's kind of got some exciting sort of vegetarian food.
It's like a Penny in Big Bang Theory. She's like, I'm a vegetarian, except I love steak.
Yeah, love it. Exactly. I love meat sometimes, for sure. Yeah. That's pretty much it.
What is your go-to date night activity?
Go to date night activity, hey? It's going back. I honestly just really, really love watching movies. So I guess it's a little antisocial, but usually movies like kind of, it's bookmarked with, dinner beforehand or drinks later. So, it turns out to be a nice night. So I do like going out to the theater. It's kind of fun. Ultimately, live theater is really nice, but I'm not sure when that's going to come back.
I know.
We'll see.
It's so sad.
Sorry, didn't mean to be a bummer. Next question.
Yeah. Well, my theory is the dinner date. It's best to do the dinner movie date. It's best to do the movie and then go to dinner or drinks, as you said, or whatever, ice cream or whatever. Because then you have like something to talk about when you're in dinner.
I see. Yeah, that's true. But you're really hungry and during the movie too. You might eat too much popcorn.
Well, I was gonna say you would eat too much popcorn.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. Plus, restaurants close so early now. You almost have to go before, unfortunately. So really cutting off those late night meals.
Yeah, I mean, just activities in general. You're like excited now about stuff that you would normally been like, I don't know, I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, all right. Dogs or cats?
Dogs. Love dogs, especially small dogs.
Oh, that's cute.
Fluffy ones. Yeah.
Beaches or mountains?
Beaches. I am a water boy. Yeah, nice. 100%.
Suit and tie or sweats?
Oh, definitely sweats. I went through the suit and tie phase. Oh my gosh.
Especially in Canada, it's cold like half the year.
Oh yeah, comfort, 100%. Yeah.
All right. What is your favorite holiday to celebrate?
Definitely Christmas.
Yeah. Well, if you're gonna be the king of Christmas, then you need to.
Yeah.
You got to back it up somehow.
Favorite.
Yeah, exactly.
100%.
All right. Last question, and you can say one of your own. No judgment. What is your favorite Hallmark movie?
Oh my gosh, you're actually asking that?
Yes,
yes. The pressure's on.
My favorite Hallmark movie. Oh my gosh. I mean, I don't honestly watch a lot of Hallmark movies. I don't tend to watch what I'm in, you know what I mean? So they build this, I mean, gosh, it's so hard to say. Oh, this you put me on the spot now.
What's your favorite romantic movie?
Really
How about
that? Romantic movie.
That might be harder.
How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days.
Good choice.
That is a good one.
Yeah, that was a good one. Yeah, that was. It was funny. I was reading an article on him how he sort of transitioned away from those rom-coms. Very fascinating. So, but he sure was the guy back then, wasn't he?
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I still think he'd come back and just one off if he wants, you know.
If it's the right Matthew McConaughey. He could do it.
I mean, come on. Yeah, bring the romance back, Matt, for sure.
I mean, he had some rough ones there for a while, so it was probably good that
That's true.
We moved on, but we can have him back.
That's true.
Now.
Yes.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
and How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days is peak Kate Hudson.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Good choice. Very, very. You did it. You passed the test.
I
You
did.
Answered all the questions.
I passed. Thanks, guys.
Yes.
All right, appreciate it.
We'll
so good talking to you.
We'll let you keep making Hallmark movies.
Sweet.
Wow. Thank you so much for coming to talk with us. This is so much fun. We loved having you.
Yeah,
thank you so much for making this work. Really, really appreciate it. You have a really nice fall and Christmas. We'll speak to you soon.
Yeah.
Yeah,
enjoy.
You too.
Do you have social media that you want to share?
Yeah, if people just want to follow me, just my first and last name, Stephen Huszar, on Instagram or Twitter or Facebook, wherever you want to go.
Great. Well, we'll have that all in the description section, and good luck with all of your films coming up.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, guys. So good chatting with you. You're awesome. Have a great night.
Merry Christmas.
Bye. Merry Christmas. Ciao.
Thanks, Stephen, for coming on the podcast. This was so much fun to get to talk with him. And so, Anne, where can people find you?
You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at awscott21.
Great. And you can find me at Rachel's Reviews, all of our social media, iTunes, YouTube, and on Rotten Tomatoes. So check that out. Make sure you're following the podcast at Hallmarkies Pod and Hallmarkies Podcast, all of our social media. And if you are listening on iTunes, please leave your ratings and reviews. We really need those, especially this time, people to find the podcast. And if you are listening on YouTube, please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. We appreciate that so much. We have our Patreon group, which has behind the scenes opportunities where you get to go to participate in patron watch-alongs where we bring in talent and they get to share their experiences making the film. Really fun. We have some fun ones planned during this holiday season. So there's lots of benefits to becoming a patron. We also have our Facebook group. So please check that out. We also have our merch store, which has tons of holiday inspired designs. So please take a look at that. All that information is in the description section. So thanks again to Stephen. We really, really appreciate it. And we wish you all Merry Christmas. Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
All right.